Hello, Wix Nation. What's up, Wix Nation? How are we doing? We've got the chat over to the right side of the video. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me okay. I'll go ahead and let you write in the chat, and then we'll go ahead and jump into today's Q&A. Yes, awesome. Sounds like everybody can hear me all right. Well, I just wanted to thank you, Wix Nation, for being here on today's live Q&A. I think this is going to be a very exciting series for both you and I. I wanted to take this opportunity to answer any questions my community may have. That's you guys. That's you, Wix Nation, because I understand that you oftentimes have questions, and I want to be there to support that and answer those questions. So I think that this new series is going to be very beneficial, but we are going to do a beta version of it. And it really does come down to this video in particular, how the feedback is, and if it's positive. And if it is, then we'll go ahead and continue on with the series. But if I find that the feedback from this in particular video is negative and that you guys would rather an alternate route, I will take that into consideration as well. I want you to be very honest with me during this series, but I noticed that I just don't do a lot of live streaming, and I find that you guys as a community at Wix Nation actually really thoroughly enjoy the live streaming. In fact, the feedback has shown that you enjoy that sometimes even more than just the regular videos alone. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and open it up in 2 minutes here to open Q&A. What I would like to start by saying, if you're brand new to this video or to our community, make sure you hit that subscribe button right down below so you never miss any more Wix training content and you get to be part of these exciting community engagements. You don't want to miss those. Number two, like this video, because that's going to help me determine whether this series is valuable or not valuable. Whether you want to like that video now or at the end, it doesn't matter. It just helps me judge on how valuable it is. And then last and finally, if you guys are out there and you've got a Wix web development project and you would like to save some of your time, your stress, and your frustration, I totally understand. I'm a busy business owner, and I know that you are too. But our team is here to help build out your next web development project. So if you've got one, you can head over to our website and we can go ahead and hook you up if you click the Work With Us page and submit your project. With that said, I'd like to go ahead and open this live Q&A up to Q&A. So I'll give everybody an opportunity to go ahead and write in the chat. And I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to answer questions. That's what I'm here to do. That's it. That's the only content I've got prepared, which is to answer your questions. It's a live Q&A. And then I'd also like to thank Picasso's Coffee right down the street, as they provided some awesome iced coffee for today. Are you willing to stop the social media? I'm not going to, am I willing to stop the social media series? I mean, it depends. I've got a lot of feedback asking people to continue with the social media series. So I was planning on continuing on with the social media series, and I will address that. Question: is there an easy way to create an opt-in link to have someone provide their email address in exchange for a lead magnet document? Edwin, that's an excellent question, and yes, there is. In fact, I just created a video, my last video, so if you go to the channel, my latest video addresses that topic exactly, how to create an email subscriber opt-in so that way someone can address and get a lead magnet document, PDF, video series, audio series, white paper, cheat sheet, whatever that may be. How do you know how to add peer-to-peer chat? I'm going to need you to, do you know how to add peer-to-peer chat? My apologies. Yes, we do know how to add peer-to-peer chat as a team, although it is a bit more complex than just a single like straight answer to you. Like, this is how you do it. There's utilization of databases, utilization of repeaters, custom JavaScript coding in the back end to make the actual chat functionality happen. There's data sets. There's a lot of data that's utilized in creating peer-to-peer chat. So yes, you can. But what I will tell you in this live Q&A, I'm going to try my best to answer, as far as technical questions go, to the best of my ability. But you have to understand that most technical questions won't be able to just be answered by me verbally. You'd have to visually see how to do it, and you'd have to have like an article or a video to go along with. That's just how those type of technical questions work. What route would you recommend for creating a mega menu in Wix? Sarah, great question. So creating a mega menu in Wix, you can actually do it using Corbett, which is pretty awesome. Now, I'm always here to support other Wix partners, and I'm in the Wix Partners program. Nayeli, Code Queen Nayeli, has a video about mega menus, and I'm actually getting ready to create a video about creating a mega menu in Corbett. What I can tell you is that you have to utilize creating a strip and then utilizing code on hover functions to drop down a mega menu. And that's kind of like a brief technical version of the answer. But what I can tell you and assure you is that it's possible. And mega menus, when created, are actually really cool in Wix. So yes, it is possible. And yes, I will create a video for that. Hey, Michael, we have chatted before briefly about member pages. We film dance concerts and want to know a way that we can set a limit to people that can register to that particular member page only. Robert, so great question. Sounds pretty cool. So as far as limiting the number of people that can register to a particular member page, you're going to have to utilize code, and you're going to have to utilize like stop limits in the code. So if X amount of people register, then stop registration or close registration. And that has to be done in the code because there's really no just plain old stop feature utilizing native Wix apps. I wish there was, but that's just not how it is. Wix is doing a fantastic, in fact, a phenomenal job of just making all of their apps, including Corbett, user-friendly. But right now, that's the only way to really make that happen. Like I said, guys, there's going to be a lot of questions you have in here that I would have to make a video on. But if you have time-sensitive projects, or you'd rather just kind of save that time and that stress, like I said at the beginning, our team is available for hire, and I don't plug that for any other reason than to tell you that we can get it done for you, and we can get it done for you right. If you go to our website, link in the description below, and click work with us, submit your project, we can go ahead and get started with you. Let's see here. Moving down the list, how do you display data from a referenced field in a database in a repeater? So how do you filter the reference field? Okay, so displaying data, number one, you actually have to create a reference field in your database. And then once you create the reference field in your database, you display data the exact same way you would if you were just displaying it non-referenced. So you'd have to have a data set, and you'd have to connect that data set to whatever data element you want to display on that in particular repeater, including the reference field. Now, I don't know what that reference field is, if it's an image, if it's text, if it's, maybe a like button, like someone likes something, if it's a product. I'm not sure what that is in your in particular use case, but that's how you would do it. It's the same exact way, same system, which is also pretty nice because Wix makes that pretty user-friendly. Any way to let family members upload to our reunion gallery without needing a business account? In fact, honestly, C. Rodriguez, the easiest way I would do this is I would create a dynamic gallery. I know that sounds a little bit complex, but really all you have to do is you have to bring in a Wix gallery, and then you have to create a file upload into a database. Now, I know we're getting a little complex here, but I promise you it's not super, super complex. So basically, you would create just a small little file upload button, and then on submit, you need a submit button. So on submit, when they upload their file and click submit, it would be submitted to your database. And then you need to create a page with the gallery on it, and then add a data set to that page that connects to the database the file was submitted in, and then connect that the gallery itself to the database. So that way it'll dynamically display all the images added. And you don't need a business account to do that. That's completely free. You're just utilizing the different tools in Wix using Corvid to make that happen. Robert, is that something you can help us with? It sure is. Head to wixtrainingacademy.com and then click that Work With Us button, and we would be happy to go ahead and start a conversation with you regarding our project. I'll have my senior web consultant, Daniel, reach out to you. I'm going to take a sip of coffee here. Hi, Michael. In future, does Wix have any plans for launching a platform exclusively for artificial intelligence, machine learning related projects? So Gia, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. That is an awesome question. To my knowledge right now, and I'm pretty up to date on everything happening in Wix and future plans of Wix, this isn't something blatantly mentioned from the company itself. Although what I can tell you is obviously, as you know, that's kind of the direction everything is moving. So I would personally be a big proponent of that. I think AI and machine learning are two exponentially amazing tools, and they're only continuing to grow. So anyway, I can be a part of that. I want to as well. So I'm sure Wix probably feels the same. And if you've ever utilized Wix ADI, which is like kind of their artificial design intelligence, they've already started trickling in and utilizing it a little bit. So you have two options when you start a website in Wix. You can, one, use the Wix editor, or two, use Wix ADI. Wix ADI is cool, but it's more for, really quick start, just building a basic site. You don't have much customization until you actually switch over to the editor. So you can go from Wix ADI to the editor, but until you get to the editor, you don't have too much customization over what ADI builds you. It's still a really cool tool though. So I highly recommend checking that out as you're doing some research on artificial intelligence and Wix. Something to consider there. C. Rodriguez cannot find an upload with image type. So when you create a database, C. Rodriguez, you can actually create a field and you can name it image if you want. And then you create the image field. And then what you have to do is you have to go to add. Your Corvid tools have to be turned on. So you have to hover over the toolbar, Corvid tools, and then enable Corvid. So that has to be turned on for you to even see a file upload. But then you would go to add, and then you would go to user input, and you would look for the file upload button. And then you would have to connect that to your database. And that's how you would do that. You're going to check that out, Suvajia. Awesome. Patricia, Michael, does your team have any workarounds to the screen space width restrictions that Wix has in place? Currently, not quite. We're working on that a little bit. Not just me. A lot of the Wix partners in the Wix Partner Program are working on that, and we may have come up with like a little bit of a template to utilize for that. Great question. But at the moment, I don't have anything official to roll out to you or mention to you regarding that. I apologize. Robert, video apps for Google Drive used to display videos as a list or thumbnails and download options. Robert, hey, I'm not sure if that was a question or not. I'd love to learn a little bit more about what you've got going on there as far as a question. Nicole, do you offer coding help by the hour? I am well into my project and looking for assistance above my coding ability, just looking for tweaks here and there. Good news, we just hired a full-time developer to our team. His name is Jeff, and he is absolutely awesome. So now we do have the infrastructure in place to help you with coding by the hour. So Nicole, if you want to head over to wixtrainingacademy.com and then go to that Work With Us page, we would be and submit your project and let us know you want to do some coding by the hour. We'd be happy to take you through our process and discuss how we can go about doing that. Absolutely. Sarah, are there any plans for CSS or HTML editing capabilities in Wix? As of right now, no. I'm not aware of any, but as you probably know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, Wix runs on HTML. Like, you're building HTML sites. You just don't have the ability to manually manipulate that code, including CSS, which, trust me, I know this is something that a lot of people want. and I don't know Wix's plans for it. I wish I did, but I don't. So that's something I'll have to keep you up to date with. Nicole, absolutely. I'm glad I could help. We look forward to working with you. Professor Ken, hi, Michael. I need to replicate the additional info sections in a store. Most times I have to duplicate a product to duplicate the info section, and I just pre-populate that section and pick it. Professor Ken, I apologize here if I'm misunderstanding a little bit about what you're looking to accomplish, but I believe I'm misunderstanding a little bit because I'm not quite sure how to go about the angle on that question particularly. So if you could rephrase that maybe a little bit, that would be excellent. And I'm going to do a time check, 4:46. Excellent. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go until 5 o'clock, everyone. So we've got about 14 more minutes of questions. Michael, we spoke about making a social proof app to integrate with Wix. Is this something you can still help with? Express Dense, it sure is. This is absolutely something we can help with. Once again, head over to wixtrainingacademy.com, click that Work With Us tab, submit your project, and our senior web consultant, Daniel, will be in touch with you. Juad, about the registration box. It doesn't tell you that your username and password are wrong. Any solution? Yes, I will be making a video for this. So that's just a couple simple lines of I shouldn't say simple, but a couple lines of JavaScript coding to make, like a forgot password or information incorrect or username incorrect or password incorrect. I haven't gotten to that point yet. There's a lot of content in the video queue, if you will, and that is something I am working on. So I hope to have an answer to that very shortly. Guys, now that we're midway through, if you found this valuable so far, make sure you like that video. I see it looks like there's 18 or so people on right now. I'd love to have each of you like the video. And two, if you're brand new here and this is your first time kind of with me, with the community, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. All right, let's continue going on. Francine, will Wix stores eventually have an app with manufacturers like Shopify has with companies like Guten? Guten. I have to look up what Guten is. I've never heard of Guten. Oh, print on demand solutions. Yes. So I did a small live stream, literally like a 3 to 5 minute live stream about 2 weeks ago. Wix is actually in the process of adding drop shipping to Wix stores. It's a beta test, and they currently have a live application available that you can go and submit to be considered to be a part of their beta test. I will tell you they are being extremely selective on the beta application process. They are only letting a select few people in because they want to make sure they just bring in just enough to test the actual platform out and test the new drop shipping capabilities. But yes, Wix is integrating a drop shipping solution just like Shopify does with Guten or Printful. Those are examples as well. Robert, I'm looking for an option to display videos I have stored in Google Drive or Dropbox and also allow the user to download the video. Yeah, so Robert, I believe Wix has the Dropbox app still in the app marketplace. That's one option. Depending on the customization and how far you're looking to go with this, if customers have profiles and like they can download it from their profile and it's a customized video to them, you can also pull the APIs from either Google Drive or Dropbox, and then you can actually create a whole custom video download thing and display the videos on your website. But you'd have to pull APIs, and there's custom development involved there. If you're looking for a quick solution, there should still be the Dropbox app on the Wix app marketplace. So that should be a quick solution for you. But if you are looking for the alternate in the custom development, we can also handle that. Just to let you guys know, we can handle, as far as our team, anything you can imagine that you want to build, we can usually do in Wix. It's not a problem for us. It just requires custom coding like anything else. People sometimes think that because you're on Wix, you're limited. That's not the case anymore. You're actually not limited at all. You just need to know how to do it, and that requires custom development in a lot of cases, depending on the types of features you're looking for. But the beautiful thing is Wix also created a platform for you to do a lot of this on your own. But realistically, just like any other big project, you can only go so far on your own before you need the help of someone that knows this. So that'd be my recommendation there. Professor Ken, thanks. I'm setting up products in a store. It allows for additional information. I normally put returns policy, etc. in this new section. I need to enter it with each new product, same info. How can I do it easier? So unfortunately, Ken, what you have to do is you just have to go ahead and add another product. I would just copy and paste whatever you have there and put it into that additional info section on each new product you add. Let's see. I'm just Aaron. Can you make something like YouTube? Yeah. Actually, surprisingly, yes. You guys on Wix can build something like YouTube. Yes, you can. And I know that's surprising to a lot of people, but like I just said, Wix, you're actually not limited. Wix is trying to tackle this stigma currently because that's a stigma that people had about Wix. But unfortunately, it's not true. It's not true. You can build a lot of fantastic things. And in fact, our team has built a social network before for film club students to actually upload videos, and it's a whole community. And there's it's like a Facebook-like feed and commenting and liking and messaging and profiles, all that type of stuff. We've built that before for a client, so it's pretty cool stuff. Can you make a video on Wix API? We feel stuck sometimes while coding using Wix API. Yes. As you can imagine, Sujia, there's a lot of different APIs open for Wix. So I will try to start creating some of the videos surrounding Wix API, but there's a whole lot of content involved there. So I'll slowly start to roll some of those out. That'll be a goal of mine. Thomas, I'm trying to assign a teacher to a student. I created two collections, student profile data and teacher profile data. In the student database, I could reference field student teacher, but I cannot add anything, just says no results. Is there something I'm missing? Well, it depends what you're trying to add. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to add in that database. So that will help kind of determine the answer to that question. Patricia, does your team have the ability to completely remove paid subscriptions from our Wix site? We no longer utilize this functionality. Yeah, absolutely. I don't see that being a problem. We'll obviously have to go through it. But once again, if that's something you'd like us to do, head over to wixtrainingacademy.com and then click work with us and submit your project over there. Nicole, last question. I found that changes I've been making aren't saving when I re-access the page the next day after saving and publishing. Have you run into this? Have any recommendations? No. So I've never run into this. I would highly recommend you reach out to Wix support regarding that. That should not be happening, obviously. And I don't want to see that happening to any of the Wix users. So definitely reach out to Wix support regarding that and let them know that you've been having some trouble with changes not being saved after you come back into the editor the next day. Make sure you go ahead and let them know that because, like I said, that's not something that should be happening. 4:54. Okay, guys, we've got about 5 minutes left, so I'll go ahead and take a few last questions here, and then I want to close up. Some time ago, you mentioned there's something missing in order to create a user-to-user chat functionality. Is that still the case, or is it now possible? Yes, it's now possible. To explain it in this live stream is not possible. It would require a video or having a team like ours actually implement it for you. That's not me being stingy. That's me truly telling you that it's not just like a verbal explanation. There's a lot of steps involved to it. There's a lot of development involved with it, but it can be done and it can be accomplished. That's the important thing to know. Robert, thanks. No problem. What are the conditions to get Google AdSense on your website? Number one, you got to be a legitimate website. Google's got to recognize you as having hosting, have a professional domain name. Two, you have to have content on your website. If you just create a one-pager and you throw an ad on it, you're not getting approved from Google AdSense. You want to make sure you've got a full website with content on it. Here's the basic thing, guys. If you're trying to get approved from Google AdSense and you're trying to do the bare minimum to get approved from Google AdSense, don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay, it's simple as that. Build whatever website you're looking to build the content, add the blog, add your resources, add your social links, add your sitemap to Google Search Console, do all those things, and then add Google AdSense on your website. At that point, you should have no problem being approved from Google to get AdSense on your website. But if you're just trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do just to get Google AdSense on my website? Number one, you likely don't have the traffic yet to even generate ad revenue. And number two, Google's going to highly recognize that and they're not going to approve you. So it's not even worth wasting your time if you're not legitimately in this to provide value to other people and generate ad revenue on the side as an additional source of income. That's just my truth behind it, and that's how it goes. And Google understands that people try to do that, so they've really cracked down on that. All right, 4:56. I'll go ahead and take maybe 1-2 more questions, and then I'm going to close up. I've seen lots of sporadic stability issues, sporadic errors with Wix Corvid, and in particular with users and databases. Is this something you can give some insight on? I'm not sure exactly what sporadic issues you've seen. What I can tell you is that Wix is constantly evolving and upgrading Corvid, including upgrading servers and upgrading the different speeds among those. What I can tell you is personally, I've never seen any errors with any of the sites that we've built as a team or my personal site. So that's my feedback on that. I would reach out to Wix if it's something major and it's something that's continuous. Obviously, I don't want to see that. Wix doesn't want to see that. So reach out to Wix support if that's a true issue you're experiencing. No question, Mike. Just to say, don't stop kicking. Thank you. Love your vision. Spoke to Daniel. Yes, I'm glad to hear you spoke to Daniel. Daniel's awesome. He's a great guy, and we're happy to have him on the team. Is it possible that members could upload videos to the database and manage it? Yes, it sure is. I'm not sure what you mean by manage it, so they can't like edit it or anything like that, but they can upload videos and they can determine which ones are displayed, which ones are not. That is possible. It is a pretty complex website build, but our team has done it before for a client, so I can tell you with certainty that it is possible to do. Other than that, guys, I think that's where we're going to go ahead and close up for today. I've got to head out. Got a busy evening and have an event to be at this evening. I really, really appreciate you all spending some time on here, and I'm super excited to see the engagement we got in all of these questions. That's what this series was for. If you can do me a favor in the chat, on a scale from 1 to 10, how did I do in today's live stream with answering your questions and providing you value? And number 2, make sure you click that like button below, hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. And finally, if you've got a project you'd like to reach out to my team and I and have us help you, we're here for it. We do full service web development projects all the time, and we'd be happy to help. Head to the link in the description below, wixtrainingacademy.com, and head to that Work With Us page, and we'll go ahead and start a conversation with you, get you all hooked up, and get you a very successful website that generates leads, customers. Our goal is to take your vision and turn that into a reality. And we don't want you to have to worry about the stress and the frustration of handling the technology side of things. If you're a busy business owner like I am, I don't always have the time for certain aspects of my business. I have to focus on my core capabilities, right? And the same should apply to you. In a lot of cases, business owners have those visions and have to get out there and start the marketing and don't have time to build the technology side of their business. And that's what we're here to help you with. So that's our goal. We're going to keep on keeping the vision here at Wix Nation. If you've got friends, family, business owners, colleagues, anybody in your network that could benefit from Wix training content or web development, either come to me directly, let me know who that individual is or who those individuals are, or refer them over to this channel or refer them over to our team, because we would love to meet them and maybe work out a special little gift for you for a referral. We'd be happy to do that. Other than that, I wanted to go ahead and say thank you guys for watching. Peace out, Wix Nation. I'm Michael Patrick Strauch. Call me MPS for short. And I will catch you on our next YouTube live stream. Yes, I did say that. Next YouTube live stream. This one went really well. I'm going to do another. So thank you guys very much. We'll do a new Q&A next week. I'll catch you then.